Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. So like I said, this webinar today is called Completing a Competitive Application. We're lucky to be joined by Giancarlo from Wright State University. We're going to talk a little bit about what it means to be a competitive applicant, both for undergraduate and graduate admissions in the US, and some things that you can do to make yourself stand out in the admissions process.
Hi, everyone. My name is Giancarlo Mariani. I am the Associate Director for International Enrollment. That is misspelled, and I apologize for that. But I'm here today to essentially give you information on completing a competitive application. I was an international student, just like you are aspiring to be. I am from Italy, if you haven't seen my name. So, buongiorno a tutti. I grew up in Italy, and then one day I decided that Italy was no longer going to be giving me my education, so I did Liceo Scientifico, and then I transferred all the way up into the United States, and I did graduate actually from Wright State. So I'm going to give you some tips on to what has been my life experience, and also my experience as being an international officer, but also working in admissions. So let's begin. Okay. So I wanted to give you an idea of what the admission process looks like. Some of you are familiar with this, but we're going to go very briefly through it. So the first thing that I would recommend is to whatever college you are aspiring to come to. So for example, it would be Wright State, to go to their international page. The international page is going to have information that is specific to you and to the possible visa that you are having. For example, if you go to the normal page, it might have majors that are not available to international F1 students. So coming to the international page is very much important. Start over there, get your information, and there will always be an Apply Now button, and you can go ahead and click on that. When you start your application, in 98% of the cases now, you will start an application, you have to create an account. The reason why you're creating an account is so that you can go slowly into it and add the information that you may not know at the time that you started it. You will fill out the form. That means you put your first name, your last name, where you're from, what major you want, and all that good stuff. Once you submit the application, that's where you're going to start uploading your required documents, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Once you have uploaded all the documents, your application is completed, and your admissions officer will send it to verification or evaluation. In a graduate situation, for example, at Wright State, there is a review process that will go to the department. They will review your GPA. That, for example, Wright State does it in-house, but other colleges will require you to give us evaluations like a WES evaluation. But there's different companies that different colleges will accept. Then once the department has reviewed it and made it that you are a valid candidate or not, it will send the decision back to the admissions office, and the admissions office will communicate through you through an email, denial letter, and also or acceptance letter, or an email to let you know what's going on. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about the academic documents. Let's talk a little bit about the documents. So you're going to have like 4 types of documents that you will need. The academic is going to be transcripts and all kinds of stuff that is recording you sitting in front of a book. Recommendation is going to be somebody that have seen you looking at a book and giving you some recommendations, or also could be somebody from work. But we'll get through it and get more in detail about it. The statement of purpose is usually it's only for graduate in graduate program, so master's and PhD. And then financial documents. Here we go. Okay, so the academic documents. So English proficiency is essentially your TOEFL, IELTS. Right now there is, because of the pandemic, there are some options that are at home. So there is the TOEFL at home, the IELTS indicator, but there's also Duolingo, English 3PT. There's different options there. What I advise for you is that you make sure that all the colleges that you are applying for will accept these documents. Sometimes, most of the time, well, actually 100% of the time, the TOEFL and the IELTS will always be valid for you to for any college that you're trying to apply for. However, you know, you always want to make sure that you're looking at it. Now, transcripts. When you are completing your application, you will be uploading to the college a unofficial transcript. The college may provisionally process that. For example, at Rice State, we use it as a to give you provisional admissions, and then once you come to the United States, we will ask those official documents to be brought to us so we can look at them and make sure that they're real. Some colleges will require you to mail them directly to them, okay? It's a very, very little amount now, but you always want to double check with your admission coordinator to see if that is the case. Standardized tests, your SAT, ACT, just like actually even the English proficiency, a lot of times you can actually have them sent from the company directly to the admissions officer, and they will appear to us, so we would not require you to bring actually the official documents. However, always upload unofficial documents so that you can get a fast response from that college.